Welcome to the Focal 5, where we combine the industry's worst handwriting with the top 5 things that you need to know in order to become a better commercial strategist. Now, number 1, Expedia has found a new way to screw their hotels in the name of partnership. Now, in the past week, Expedia announced a $275 million program that will offer hoteliers advertising credits and also allow them to lower their commission rates and defer payment for hotel collect guests. Now, the challenge with this program is that you're going to have to sell your soul in order to participate by offering Expedia your best rates through their members only and package programs. Now, the challenge is that even prior to the current crisis, Expedia and Booking.com were working to make these inventory paths much less opaque than they were prior. And so a lot of times there's rate erosion that occurs as a result of participating in these channels. Don't let your need for short-term business mitigate your ability to drive long-term results. Now, number 2, there are a lot of chicken littles out there in the industry right now talking about how the travel industry will never be the same again. Now, particularly, this dialogue often relates to comments around group and corporate travel not returning to what it once was. Now, while it may be true that a lot of organizations are opting to reduce their expenditure for the remainder of the year for financial purposes, as well as the overall health and safety of their employees, I think over the medium to long term, we're actually going to see corporate travel bounce back stronger than ever before. So let's think about it for a minute. Twitter, Google, and several of the other large tech companies have recently announced their intent to move to a fully remote or hybrid working model. Now, by doing so, they're going to open up access to talent from around the world, not just in their home markets. And it's also going to become more important for them to have a place to bring everybody together in order to get everyone on the same page and improve morale. Now, in the short term, certainly there has been and will continue to be some disruption as companies look to reduce their expenditures and prioritize the health and safety of their corporate travelers. However, over the medium to long term, I would say probably even in 2021, I'm confident that we'll start to see corporate and group travel bounce back in a significant way. Number 3, I've talked to a lot of hoteliers of late that are starting to question their fundamental assumptions around the value of benchmarking data. Now, that's not to say that it isn't important to understand where your competitors sit in relation to your hotel. However, in a dynamic market where there may be factors outside of an individual hotel's control that would influence their benchmark position, it may make more sense to look at internal data instead. Now, in fact, I talked to Kyle McKinnon of the Yukon Hotel Group, and he mentioned to me that in the past they've utilized benchmarking services considerably in order to understand how those hotels were performing. But as we've entered the current crisis and really look to emerge from it, they've started to look a lot more closely at their internal data, particularly around geographic origin reporting and new versus net versus canceled bookings. That really enables them to understand how their hotel is performing and how they become more agile in order to drive results through outbound strategic marketing. Number 4, finally, some good news. Now, Kathleen Cullen and her team at PhD Consulting put together a recent study that shows that 80% of people in the I Prefer membership program are planning to travel as soon as they are able to, and most of them will book a trip as soon as travel restrictions ease in their home market. And out of those looking to travel again soon, over 80% indicated that they would be willing to jump on a plane. Now, it's really encouraging that for all the talk about how drive time markets will be increasingly important, which I'm sure they will be, it's really nice to see that flights will start to bounce back, perhaps a little bit more quickly than we had all anticipated. Number 5, drum roll please, our Maverick of the Week. Skift CEO and founder, Rafat Ali, I really hope I'm pronouncing his name right, actually recently went on record saying that he has an unpopular opinion, that it doesn't matter whether your hotel has ties with Lysol, Johns Hopkins, or a number of other cleaning or data-backed research publications on the effects of coronavirus. Travelers assume a certain level of sanitization, and if you're not able to deliver on that, you have bigger issues. Now, a 2017 study from the marketing experts at Unbounce shows that if you have a 1% of your page containing web copy that incites fear or anger in a prospective customer, they have a 25% decline in their likelihood to book. So if you're teeing up marketing comms that talk about what you're doing to sanitize your hotel, you actually may be reminding users about the dangers inherent in travel. And as a result, they'll be less likely to convert with you. So instead, focus your marketing efforts on the things that will get your consumers excited to travel. Thank you to Rafat for that controversial opinion and saying what I've been thinking for a long time. That's it for this week's Focal 5. Now, if you or anybody that you know might be a good fit for our future Maverick of the Week, please feel free to reach out to me at mike@focalrevenue.com. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you soon.